that. I love this cinematic function on the iPhone, you know. Just makes everything look so cinematic. Yeah, just walking Prince. Walking Prince today. And you know what? Got back from Dubai a couple of days ago. And I've just started back reading today. But funny enough, it was like a domino effect, right? Because I knew I was going to do more cardio when I got back. I've neglected cardio for a long time. And being out in Dubai, as I was saying in the running portion, I just knew it, right? So anyway, I went on my run. And whilst on this run, I thought, all right, let me listen to something. And what I like to do is, I got it from Matt Hoffa. He's like an ex-battle rapper and podcaster from the US, right? I always had this in mind, but he kind of said it in a bit more of a standardized way. Like he kind of made a formula for it. He said the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes of his day, he likes to sow into his mind like what he wants, right? Positivity, abundance, all of this type of stuff. He likes to purposely use those 2 points of his day to sow things in, right? So I've been doing that. So this morning I was like, all right, what do I want to do? I want to listen to something, but I don't really want to listen to any I'm not necessarily looking to listen to like an affirmation thing or whatever. What else can I listen to? All right, long story short, I started listening to this mindset podcast. I'll tag the name of the guy that I was listening to. And it was good, man. It was simple, proper. It was a 14-minute episode, nothing long. But here's the gem. He said something so simple about reading. You want to read? He said 15 minutes at a time, times 3. He's like 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the lunch, 15 minutes forever. And he's like, that's 45 minutes. And he says, add that up in a week, it's 200 or whatever minutes. Add that up in a this, it's whatever minutes, right? And he just kept doing it. And he explained like how much reading you'd get done just by breaking it up like that. But yeah, anyway, man, he gave that little tip about 15 minutes worth of reading. And I thought, this is flipping sick, right? Because, but this is sick because I'm busy, man. Do you know what I mean? As anyone is. And I'm quite productive already. And I tried to implement a different type of reading habit. Don't get me wrong. I've spent years reading. I've read loads of books. I transitioned into more audio books. I spent a lot of time reading audio books, but now I don't even drive that much in XYZ. So yeah, I slacked a bit with the reading, man. And then that little tip there got me started. So I thought, all right, cool, I can plug this in actually today. Because everybody's got to spare 15 minutes, right? Everyone can find 15 minutes. Did that, started reading. And the 2 benefits of that, from doing that today is that it's one, it's got me excited about reading because reading is so fucking powerful, man. Excuse my French. The reason it's so powerful is that I feel like everybody's always looking for answers, yeah? And I always say there's always like one clear path that we can all be following at any given time, right? Because regardless of what mountain you're trying to climb, you know, in what form, whatever that mountain is, and let's say that's achieving a business goal, achieving a career goal, achieving whatever goal, whatever mountain you're trying to climb, there's always going to be multiple pathways up that mountain. If you've ever done any mountain hiking before, there's always multiple pathways, right? But they all lead to the top. So I think that every one of us can look around, get a little bit of help, maybe pay for some help, and quickly find that one route and path that we can follow to get to the top, right? But along that, we're all looking for like strategies, extra techniques, things that we can use to speed things up, things that we can use to give ourselves a competitive edge. And books, I love the saying, you're reading somebody else's 10,000 hours, you're stealing somebody else's 10,000 hours that they've already done as an expert. So that's... So to business. Full sounds coming in, I try to look through there. Episode 2, business. Got my Emirati card. My Emirates ID card. Interesting one still. I ain't really even spoke on this too much, but yeah, man, the Dubai move is coming, man. It's definitely coming. And I'm going to definitely make a whole episode on that, the reasoning and everything like that. But it's not moving yet. A lot of things to do. A lot of, we're in a really busy time with the business. That last trip to Dubai opened up a lot of doors, a lot of insight, man. A lot of insight and a lot of, and success loves speed. So sometimes when you get an idea, you get a opportunity, you have to pounce on it, you have to go all in.
But that requires work, you know, it requires work ethic, and it requires you to stay calm as well, man. Because it's easy to get overwhelmed when you got a big project. Easy to get overwhelmed. But nah, man, we got to do it. We got to put the work in, and that's what we're doing. So, but yeah, man, got this in a post. Jav got his actually when he was here. So when he was out there, when he was in Dubai, he actually got his. Because it's just like a pick of the draw. You don't know when it's gonna come, so I had to pay to get them to send it out. So they've sent it out to me, and that allows me to open up a bank account and just do some other things like that as well. But there's a lot to it, man. To be honest with you, I thought it would be a lot simpler. And the thing is, it was a lot simpler back in the days. But recently, it's gotten a bit more comprehensive. You have to, you know, there's different laws in there now. It's not as smooth. It's just, all right, you can just do this and do that. But regardless, happy, good news. We're progressing, we're changing, making things happen. Boom. So this is mad. They can't play this. People, vlog episode, whatever episode it may be, I don't know. But I wanted to just talk about journaling, man. I got my brand new Uncover Daily journal. Good folks at Uncover Daily. I'm proper excited about opening it. Comes in a nice package and everything like that. And funny enough, like writing books and stuff like that, some of my favorite things, especially journals, because something not a lot of people know is I actually used to love writing a lot when I was younger, like before primary school times anyway. So, but in general, it just helps a lot. I love to get my goals written down, my to-do list written down. I love to, before going to sleep, like just try and jot down stuff. It really helps because I think one of the things that messes with people's sleep is having a lot of things on your mind. So I love to just get it all out on paper. But I use just normal notepads and stuff like that. And to have one that's a bit more specific for entrepreneur, for someone who's, you know, trying to, you know, goal set and everything like that, it's going to be good. It's going to be good to use that. So I'm going to show you some of the pages, unbox it. And yeah, man, make sure you get your own one. Look at that shitty weather, man. All right, let's unbox this. Yoli, 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 yoli. Just the way to open it. Yeah. Yoli, 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 yoli. First of all, yeah, what's the word, man? The aesthetics of this box and everything like that is just sweet, man. I love it, just suave, you know, black, kind of nice, man. I like it. That's it. All right, cool. Let's open this up. Ooh. Thank you so much for choosing Uncover Daily. Hope this journal will help you on the path. First of all, as well, marketing. I love good marketing, and this is just powerful, man. It's more than just, you know, like I know I can get this as a gift for somebody, and it's just a nice little touch. Got a nice thank you for your order, and then they've got this like a bonus thing. I didn't even know this was going to come with it. 52 inspiring quotes in a nice sleek black box as well. I think these are like cards as well. Discover your potential. That's crazy, man. Yeah, this is nice. This is clean. This is very clean. They could have just sent this in the Amazon box. I would have been happy. But no, nice sleek box. This is good. Yeah, man. Let's open it up. Let's look at it. We've got the about this journal, Uncover Daily, goal focus journal, goals and why, perfect. The month ahead, monthly reflections, what steps are needed to make, how did you maintain your habits, like that. Weekly overdue, quote of the week, focus of today. This is big, man. Because I'm reading the one thing currently, so it's all about just focusing on one. What's the most important thing? Not just like everything. Everything doesn't hold the same value of importance. So this is gonna be perfect, man. Me on a run today. I had to get some proper running attire, man. I'm looking all rowdy, but you know, forget about all of that shit. All that matters is we get it done.
That's it, man. I gotta get ready for my barked off people. Oh man, soon come.
Woke up from a little nap. It's my first Saturday back. I say back because I come back from Dubai, but you got to remember as well that not long before Dubai I was in LA and Dominican for 2 weeks as well. So it's been a while since I've been just settled properly at home. And yeah, man. Physique goals, health goals, man, because we're taking those a lot more seriously now, are to bulk up a little bit for the rest of the year. So it's December the 8th right now, or the 9th. So I'm just going to keep, eating in a surplus, building a bit of muscle, just using the holiday calories wisely. And then starting January, we're going to get into a cut, man, and really just lean up. But we're going to keep it a clean bulk as much as possible, keeping good foods. One thing I noticed is that meals weren't prepped for this week, so super important. I've got to prep for next week. I've got to get the little snacks that I like. When I say snacks, I mean literally like the fruit that I like. Bars, if I end up having bars, but usually I don't really like those. Just little stuff like that, man. Just little things. It's not always what you subtract from your diet. Sometimes it's what you have in your diet that keeps you away from the things that you shouldn't be having. So just making sure I got the right ones of those, really. My arm's getting tired. But yeah, man. Feeling somewhat productive, but I definitely got to get back on my supplements. Magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin C, B12, probably as well. Just get back on those because my energy levels could definitely be optimized. And energy is your currency when you're an entrepreneur, man. I swear to you. Energy is the currency, because once you get past the barrier and the aspect of not knowing, once you get a lot of knowledge, and listen, like, we pay money all the time to mentors. We used to say we spent over 40,000 pound on mentorship. It's way over that now. It's got to be like 50 to 55 or something like that we spent on mentorship. So we spent a lot on just kind of knowing and just having a different type of thought pattern. So we got a little bit of knowledge. There's still so much we can learn, still so much we don't know, I'm sure. But we got a bit of knowledge. So it becomes an action thing now. It becomes an implementation, and it comes the highest level of implementation. So if doing this 10 times, this thing 10 times gets you this result, and you want to increase it, then you're going to have to do it 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 times if you want 10 times the amount of results, right? But you can't always do things yourself, so you got to hire people. And we're in that stage, man, like working with like a serious team, or building a serious team, and especially for the new things that we're doing, it takes a lot of manpower. So it takes a lot of energy to hire people, manage people, create SOPs for people, so standard operating procedures for people, so that, because the big thing with hiring is that we get a lot of our coaches that say, you know what, I think I'm ready for a VA. I think I'm ready for somebody to handle my DMs, handle this, handle that. But what you got to understand is that, I'm big on this one, and I'm going to talk a bit, like, this is my vlog, so it is what it is, and it's insight. But here's the thing. When it comes to hiring, right, and employing people, paying somebody wages, you got to understand that this is a human being. And I think a lot of people see hiring and people as just like some lever that they can just twist, like, or some switch they can just turn on and off. But you got to understand, this is a real human being with their own goals, ambitions, things that they're doing. So you have to factor in everything. You have to factor in everything, bro. If this person is like a student, you got to factor in the fact that they're at the same time studying. You understand? They're studying at the same time. Students are probably the cheapest people to hire, but you got to factor in that they're studying at the same time. So they're going to be kind of like organizing and balancing their time between that. Or if somebody's, in their 20s, you got to factor in that they're in the hungriest season of their life. Like, they want progression. They want to, make more money. They want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. If somebody's in 30 plus, you got to factor in that they're in a stage of responsibility. They got families, they got kids, X, Y, and Z. So you've got to bear that in mind. So whatever you are paying somebody, you have to bear in mind that this person still has their own goals, visions, whatever they want to do with their life. So if you aren't super on point with what you're telling them to do, how that works, the flow of it, then you can bet that the person's not going to be as productive as they should be. They're not going to be using the time wisely. They're not going to be doing, what they're supposed to do all the time, and they're not going to be as productive. And your money's not going to be, stretching as it should or being used as it should. So you got to be on point. You got to be a serious leader.
Some bitch ate a grape today. Some bitch had to go to vet. Why you looking off, bruv? Ashamed. And you're back with that. You sure?
Last round. Alright, people, so vlog mode. So as I mentioned before, getting into this weight loss shit, man. Yeah, man, trying to cut down some fat, get shredded. And yeah, man, one of the first things I did, which I always do when I get clients to do as well, is, track calories, right? And everybody's got different intakes on the whole calorie tracking thing. But what the tracking it over the last 4 days has reminded me is that how much I love it. And it's given me even a new insight on just like when it comes to the tracking calories. Fucking hell. But yeah, basically, it's not about, when you start off with the calories, it's not really about making a certain amount, or hitting certain goals. First things first is just start tracking the calories in general, right? Because what that does is it allows you just to see what you're eating, and it allows you to just focus on one act of consistency at a time. So I focused on the tracking calories, and then I introduced the protein goal. Okay, so yesterday was the first day. I said, all right, cool, definitely gonna do it. Written journal, Uncovered Daily Journal is a sick journal, so make sure you get that. I ain't got no sponsorship with them or anything like that, but I'm telling you, it's a sick journal, so make sure you use that. So I put it in, and yeah, lo and behold, 183 grams of protein. I hit that. And I'll talk about like how I'm helping, what's helping me hit that. But long story short, to cut a long story short, right? It just teaches you about yourself. It teaches you how you eat, your eating habits. And one thing that I've been reminded of so far from tracking, is why the frig I do not like intermittent fasting, right? And I'm not like big on intermittent fasting and all these kind of restrictive diets and stuff like that, right? Because and when I say restrictive diet, let me hold my tongue. I don't mean exactly like, I don't mind going without certain things. I think it does help me to go without certain things, if I'm honest with you, at certain periods of time. But I mean, like, for example, intermittent fasting, I like it. I don't mind not eating to a certain point, but it's not my thing to do consistently, especially for like living a healthy life or balanced diet or stuff like that, personally. And my views could change, but I think especially when it is you're trying to lose weight, I'm not big on it, because what happens is I just end up snacking, you know what I mean? And my calories are showing me the truth, like you might do it and you might be a snacker as well. And I'm talking about business owners. You don't have to be fat or whatever. Like you could be like moderately in good shape, but you do it. You might tear through 3 packets of crisps, right? I did it yesterday, or was it the day before? And these are low calorie crisps or whatever. So you're thinking, yeah, it's not that bad. And you don't even realize how many. But when you go back and you actually have to track it, you realize what you're doing, the damage you're doing, how much of, crap you're having and X, Y, and Z. So accountability allows you to analyze, it allows you to see the truth of what it really is. And something that I remembered is that, like, yeah, man, when I'm trying to like hold off my first meal for so long, it just makes me want to snack. When I have a nice high protein breakfast, so far already today, I've had 50 grams. I had like 3/4 of a 50 gram shake, protein shake, probably more than 50 grams because it's got milk in it as well. Almond milk, I don't drink dairy. And then now I'm having 4 eggs and 3 pieces of low calorie toast. And this is good. I'm already full just looking at this. Do you know what I mean? So this is gonna fill me a good part to like 1, 2, and then I can go eat another meal, and then I can eat, and then, you know what I mean, little snack in between, but that's all good. I don't have to overdo it. So tracking metrics is so important. It's the same in business. Now that we're back from Dubai, we're settled from having like a lot of things going on. Again, it's something big. It's one of my to-do list tasks to kind of get our V8 on tracking certain metrics. And then I can just brush up. I can just check it like once a day or twice a day, once a day or so. So anyway, man, still on this vlog shit. Still about to shred. Still gonna see me transform. To the end of this month, we're still eating in a bit of a deficit. We're still not like not a deficit, surplus. We're not counting as much. We're not in a deficit as much. We're not focusing on a deficit because it's Christmas anyway. I'm gonna want to eat. I'm gonna want to relax, whatever. So I'm just keeping the good habits like eating better, tracking my calories, monitoring what I eat, doing the the cardio and still working out as always. And then January we're gonna turn shit up, man. And I know she see the G in me, I suppose. It's the last video of this vlog. I need to this episode of the vlog, so I need to shut it down. But I want to just say something, yeah. Some people, coaches, I hope some coaches are listening and watching this right now, yeah. Some of you need to get your fucking act together, man. Like, some of you really need to get your shit together. Do you understand? Like, we're living in a world where people are just blaming shit on ADHD and all this other crap, yeah? And you know what, like, and I don't mean to say ADHD is crap, so excuse my language, saying PC is just me just expressing, but, back in the day when I was in primary school, we had one guy in the class that had, like, highly visible and noticeable ADHD. And he was literally, throwing chairs around, and he was very, you know what I mean? And I understand that other people might have struggled with focus as well, because I know those other people that might have struggled with a little bit of their focus. But we don't need a world where everybody's blaming shit on ADHD. Everybody's claiming that they got ADHD. That don't help us with nothing. That don't help you with nothing. At the end of the day, that don't help us with shit. That don't help you with shit. You understand? Like, that don't help you with nothing by just blaming ADHD and just trying to work around it. When a lot of you just need to cut some shit out. Cut some shit out. There's some of the shit that I see people doing and excusing for hard work or for actual work or anything is pathetic. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic, man. I see somebody post something and it's like, someone we're coaching, it's like, bro, the quality of this post that you just dropped is absolutely horrendous. Alright? And it's like, we're not in the day and age of when this shit is hard. Yeah? We're just not. When me and Jeb, this is a rant here, so you can obviously clearly see, I'm gonna put rant trigger alert or whatever it is, but when me and Jeb started this online coaching thing, yeah, and don't get me wrong, kudos to the guys who started even before us, because we wasn't even super early. But when we started the online coaching thing, right, a lot of things weren't as advanced as they were now. Canva didn't have templates. Imagine that Canva has flipping templates for everything. Whatever fucking type of post you want to do. We had to be graphic designers. Brother, we're graphic design. I'm not no flipping graphic designer. Thankfully, we used to, when we're young kids running around and, we're just doing things like graphics are cool, maybe we did a clothing line or, music or whatever. And we played around with Photoshop, thankfully. So I felt for the people who didn't even have that little knowledge or that little experience. And it was still hard. When it comes to email, stuff like that, bro, we had to write them down. We're paying hundreds of pounds a month for a mentor. He's just giving us the guidelines of like, so you got to do an email list about this, or you got to make emails about this and blah, blah, blah. And this is roughly what you want to say. He ain't even giving us the templates. So we got to go in, use our own brain, slow down, write everything. Everything took longer, everything was harder. Everything took longer, everything was harder. Now you got templates on Canva. Whatever type of graphic or post you want to do is there. Now you got CapCut. We was using Premiere Flipping Pro. You had to chop everything up. You had to do, if you can do all these fancy shit, CapCut at the click of a button, it's gonna do it for you. It's gonna do it for you. You understand? We didn't have no ChatGPT. That's why I look at it now and say, bro, like becoming an online coach is flipping is 100 times easier. You can get to that 5k, 10k per month 10 times quicker if you just think about the fact that all these things would have taken us time.
Like I remember it would literally sit there and take me like I would have to space it over the course of a week or 2 weeks to write an email sequence. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of you just need to cut the crap, man. A lot of you just need to cut the crap, cut the bullshit, and you need to fucking just cut your shit, man. Cut that shit out, man. You know, your quality of work is crap because you got too much going on. You got too much focuses. You got too much different things that you're trying to do at one time. Not because you got flipping ADHD or because something's wrong with you or because, you know, something's wrong with your method and the method that someone's given you. Nah, man, it's not always that. Sometimes you need to cut the crap. You need to cut shit out of your life, man. Honestly, bro. You need to get real with this shit, man. Anyway, man, that's my rant over, man, and that's this vlog episode over. Peace and love, love and peace, and we're gonna keep inspiring, keep growing, man. We're growing to 7 figures and beyond. We're building this company. In 1 year we went to 6 figures, and you know, next year we're going 7 figures, and then we're gonna go 8, and so on and so forth. We're not playing no games, all right? And that's because we're of a different cloth, you know. We're of a different work ethic. We're from, you know, hustling in the rain. You know, you go outside, but we're prepared to do whatever it takes. You know, because we didn't come from silver spoons. All we wanted to do is better. We want to do better for ourselves. We're hungry for it. You understand? And we don't mind working hard. We understand working hard. So when you tell us about working smart, we're like, oh, is that it? That's good. That's cool. That's all right, man. You understand? We're in a different cloth, maybe. But anyway, cut the crap out. Peace.